What is going on, guys? So look, we're going to go ahead. Here's a gameplay that I just played. The offense I'm kind of messing with. I've been playing around with the Saints offense tonight. No real reason. I know W has a lot of success with it. And it's got some unique things about it that I kind of like. I like the ability to audible between single back pistol and obviously shotgun. Not real comfortable in it yet, really. Don't really want to get into breaking down specific plays. But you'll see, this is how I'm actually playing tonight. Lord knows, offensively, I'll be in something different. I know weekend league, I'll either be in West Coast again or I'll be in Pittsburgh for Empty Bunch. But yeah, I really want to focus on the defense in this video. And as I mentioned, I'm not going to cut anything out because I am going to need a little bit of time to explain what I'm doing, why I do it, and then I can explain some of the little kinks of the defense, so to speak. So one thing I do want to talk about, aggressive obviously is the best bet, being able to put your players on aggressive, or your defensive line on aggressive, I should say. But you're not always going to be able to do that. A lot of people, whether you play MUT, if you play in CFMs, your players will jump. So I don't want to go ahead and tell you, just play on the D tackle, which will stop it, because the defensive tackle is the only one that really jumps in 3-3-5. So if you're playing on him, he can't jump, as long as you're holding up on the right, on the left analog stick. Pretty much, you're telling the computer you're dropping back into coverage anyway. Doesn't matter if you're quote unquote blitzing or not. Has no real effect on it. The downside to that is, though, that you're playing on the defensive tackle, which is okay against the run, but against the pass, it's not the way I like to play. So yeah, that's that. Here, we're actually going to be on defense first. So this is going to be pretty much what I'm talking about. Coach settings. You want to have auto flip on. You also want to play ball as opposed to anything else. And then, as I mentioned, pass rush on aggressive. Here you see me scrolling through players, just setting up the team the way that I like to. I put Mack at defensive end. I put Barry Church at corner. And then I put Kraus and Aboye at safety. Now, coming out in 3-3-5, Tampa 2, just getting a feel for what he's running. So first thing, he comes out in his bunch. So I'm expecting the kid to be pretty good. I'm going ahead, I'm blitzing the linebacker on the left, standing in the gap. Now, when you see me stand in the gap like that, I fully expect to play PA post a lot. And if I stand in the gap and they run a play action play, that linebacker is going to shoot in through the B gap like you just saw. So here he comes out and does the same thing. So I'm thinking, all right, cool, he's going to do the same exact thing. Now, I crash my defensive line up when I run this, and what that does is it allows me to get that cornerback to come in free more times than not. So with aggressive, I crash my defensive line up, and then I blitz the linebacker on the side of the running back. Typically, that is my base setup. Now, if my opponent comes out and max protects, so like in that last play, he ran PA post, but he max protected. So here, instead of blitzing the linebacker on the left, I'm blitzing the middle linebacker. And this is just going to be a mass overload to the right side where the tight end is. So I have both linebackers blitzing. I have the cornerback blitzing. And you see, although he didn't max protect, even if he would have, I had 3 people coming free. There was no chance he was going to be able to pick that blitz up. And all I did was I blitzed the middle linebacker, the right of screen linebacker, and the corner. So that it makes it a 6-man blitz, but even if he would have max protected and blitz or and blocked, 6-7 people, he had no shot at picking that up. So there we go. That's the first defensive drive. So obviously I'm feeling pretty good. Here we're out on offense. I'm gonna come out in the tight offset tight end. This is basically W's formation. I'm doing the trick to get the wide receiver in, which is do the tight end right, and then sub in whoever you want to be on that right outside receiver. And that way you'll get 4 receivers on the field. So now here we go. 3-4, I'm coming out 0-1 trap. That's the reason why this formation is so good, in my opinion, is the 0-1 trap. Bo Jackson not having any of that, dude. So touchdown, first play. You know, that's how Bo rolls. That's the running back Bo. I've picked him up just because he's the best running back in the game. And that's basically it. So up 7-0. We're going to go back onto defense here in a second. And at this point, I still don't really know what playbook he's in. I know he has bunch, but he hasn't really shown any real plays. He's ran PA post 2 or 3 times, and he ran, I think, a play deep. I don't know what the play is. There's a deep post on the left. That's all I know about it. So here we're going to come out in the same thing, 3-3-5. And he comes out in a 2 tight end set. So I'm going to go cover 4. And my under center D, when I run this, is I pinch my defensive line, I pinch my linebackers, and then I blitz both my outside linebackers. And what happens, as you see right there, you get one of the linebackers to come in free, and then you also get the corner to come in free. So once again, 6-man blitz. I'm blitzing the corner, both outside linebackers when they go under center, and I'm going to get 2 people free. So now here he comes out in a 3 receiver set again. I'm just setting audibles right now. What do I do here? Probably Tampa 2. He comes out in bunch. I'm expecting the same thing. So you see that I'm blitzing both the linebackers. Now, the one thing that I didn't do here, although I still, as you saw with the max protect, I still was able to get the corner to come in free, was I didn't move the middle linebacker slightly to the right. Ideally, you want him blitzing to the right side of the screen. That's just going to guarantee an extra person comes in free. With him blitzing to the left, I was still able to get the corner to come in free, but I wasn't able to get the linebacker in as well. So he comes out in a run. I audible to the cover 1 robber press. That is very good under center D. So I just audible to that, and now it's 4th and 28. The setup to that under center D is you want to ideally pinch your defensive line and pinch your linebackers. So typically your people would expect me to be blitzing on that because I do blitz 6 pretty heavily against under center. And when I know it's a run, I like to go to that cover 1. So here we go back on offense. Ran a 1 trap for a 1 play TD. So that was, a pretty exciting offensive drive for me. Now I'm just, setting audibles, I guess. Going to come out in a 1 trap again, I believe. And probably audible to inside zone, I think. Yeah, so I see he pinches his defensive line. So I just audible straight to inside zone. And just run off that left edge, pick up 5-6 yards. Now, I see he's running pinch dog to press. So at this point, I'm going to go, and I'm actually going to try to pass. For whatever reason, I decide that, at this point I want to pass the ball. So I come out in the Y out halfback swing. Doing W setup with the 2 drags. Corner out to the short side of the field. So I should have this corner out. As you see right here, I throw it, and Carson Wentz just throws it high. Can't get the 2 feet in. But I noticed he had the guy in a cloud flat. So I'm going to go right back to it. I'm dragging the A receiver. And this time, he kind of has it boxed a little bit. So I'm kind of shook. I just sit back in the pocket, and I find A running across the middle. Just like in previous years, once a receiver hits the sideline, whether it be a drag, an out route, in this case a corner route, they're going to cut up the field. And they're going to cut towards that inside middle of the field. They're going to kind of create like a delayed post route. So you see a lot of people do that, especially a lot of tournament players. That's why drags are so damn dominant in this game. It's because you obviously, like in that case, I had the 2 drags. He still only had 2 hook zones. You can't guard both manually. So I picked up 6 yards there. And then here's where you can tell that I'm not really used to running this offense yet. I go to 0-1 trap even though the defensive line was pinched and the linebackers were pinched, and I get blown up. So now I'm stuck on, I think, a 3rd and 10 or 3rd and 8. So here we go. I go to tight slots just because it's in New Orleans book. It was like, screw it, let's run a pitch, see what happens. I've already completely had this guy boxed in 3-3-5, so I'm not too worried about scoring. So I know basically right away I'm going to pitch, just see what happens. So I motion Julio to the right. When running pitch, once again, you do want to motion that outside receiver. You don't want to motion the inside guy. And it was pretty much terrible. I could have cut it to the outside. I cut it back up the middle for no reason and didn't gain any yards. So I'm going to settle for this field goal. And it's a pretty suspect drive, really. But I am up 10-0. He has shown zero ability to actually move the ball. So I'm definitely feeling good here. And once again, we're going to be back on defense. So kicking this ball off, and we'll see what happens. All right, so here we go and back on defense. It is me once again in nickel 3-3-5. At this point, I think I still am on aggressive. He comes out in 2 tight end set, so I'm just going to go to cover 4 and basically do the same thing. Pinch defensive line, pinch linebackers, blitz both guys, and I'm going to try to shoot this gap. And as you see, I just had a bad user right there. Like I ran right into the guard, and he picked up 10 yards on the halfback wham. So he comes back out in it. I'm going to go ahead, shift the defensive line this time. I'm just kind of freestyling at this point, and he fake snaps. I get a neutral zone penalty. So now it's 1st and 5. I'm going into coaching adjustments. I'm going to take off the auto flip and the pass rush. Aggressive because I want to run 4-3 under or 4-3 over. I'm going to run 4-3 over here. I'm going to crash my defensive line down. Fully expecting wham again. I'm going to move my free safety right over the center, kind of in that gap a little bit. And then I'm going to play on the middle linebacker because I'm expecting a pass. I also know that with that free safety being brought down like that, he's going to shoot the gap on wham. So he max protects, throws tight end angle. It's a really good setup, actually. You don't see too much of it. But he blocked crib, was able to still have his main route combo. Unfortunately, I was in the one defense that really stops it. So we're going to do the same exact thing. He runs wham, and we're not having it. So free safety shoots the gap manually, and now it is 3rd and 5. So here we go, I think. Not quite sure what's going on. All right, so my video just froze for a second for no damn reason, but I saw that he was in a 3-receiver set, so I'm back in 3-3-5. I see the running back on the left, so I'm flipping the play because I don't have auto flip on anymore. And once again, I'm sending 6 people, and you see right there, I send the corner, I send both outside linebackers, and he only blocked the running back. So once again, I knew he only had one route on the field. Very easy to lurk that. So we get him off the field again. Now it's going to be it's 1st down, 1st and 10. I'm up 10-0, and we're right before half. So I'm just going to play this pretty safe. I'm trying a setup. Not sure it's going to work, and I actually have the running back on the drag route, or excuse me, not the running back, but the drag route by the A receiver, and I just didn't throw it. I was trying to hit that corner route, seeing if I could mimic the tight end angle setup, and I couldn't. So here we go. I'm trying to hit him with a cover 2 bomb, not there, and I take off with Wentz. So you can definitely tell that I'm kind of freestyling a little bit on offense. I know W's setup, but outside of that, kind of just playing around, with my own little stuff here and there. Here we go. I don't even know the name of this play, but I know it has the angled post route, so I'm going to streak the A receiver, motioning out the outside right guy. Play is called Saints In, apparently. And I'm able to hit that angled post, get down to the 6-yard line, 1st and goal. Here we go. It's a 2-minute warning. And I believe I come out in the halfback draw. Yeah, I do. I come out in the halfback draw, and I think I'm going to audible to the 0-1 trap, maybe. What do I audible to here? Oh, I audible to pistol bunch tight end, halfback zone. Another reason why I like this playbook is because this run is very good in its own right. Break it out, get one-on-one, and can't actually truck whoever number 21 is. So I see he's in 4-4. 4-4 is typically really hard to run on, but I do know he's not blitzing anybody. So I'm going to go ahead, and I'm just going to run the draw. He shifts his defensive line at the worst possible second he could, leaves me a wide open running lane. I get in for the touchdown. It's going to be 17-0, and he's going to quit. So that's basically it. That's the game. But I wanted to make sure I got you guys some knowledge and some insight on that 3-3-5 nickel Tampa 2 defense. If you guys have questions, obviously let me know. But that is the thought process. That is the setup to it. You want to crash your defensive line up. You want to QB contain sometimes if your corner's lined up on the inside. But you don't want to really base a line unless you are facing like a trips tight end or something like that. If you're facing a spread out offense, you need to, because your corner's going to be too far to really make any plays. So it's a kind of a finicky little defense. That's why I felt like it was better for you to see and hear why I was making specific adjustments. So hopefully you guys picked up on some of the stuff. I'm out. Later.